I'm gonna speak to you about the reality of buying new golf clubs and when is it time to ditch the old and get with the new. I'm gonna speak about it in a way that most people are not gonna speak about it. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. But the way that I like to speak about it or think about it is, okay, let's get this out of the way first. The reality is, if you want new golf clubs, go buy new golf clubs, right? You're grown, maybe you're not, maybe you're a kid, right? Convince your parents to get you new golf clubs. If you want new things, it's fun to have nice, new, shiny things. That's the reality. That's what makes capitalism, capitalism. Getting new things. You can buy new golf clubs, no one's stopping you. If you're buying new golf clubs with the intent that it's going to directly make you better or fix your swing, that's where it becomes a little bit more complicated. But it could be true, so let me talk about that. So, let me tell you a little bit of a story. When I started off golfing a few years ago, I went on Facebook Marketplace, like most other people, when they start golfing, and I looked for a cheap golf set of golf clubs, right? So what did I find? I found a guy selling a set of Mizuno MP67 blades. Let me show you these golf clubs. It's a little dark. Let's see. See how thin these things are? Now imagine a brand new golfer with these. It's very hard to hit. However, it was very good for practicing because it really helped you, drill in. I mean, you can't miss-hit blades. So that's the thing. But they're also older and they're blades, and a brand new golfer doesn't need them. But I, as a brand new golfer, didn't know any better. And they were cheap. I got a 3 through 9 for $100. That's great. However, it can drill in. Buying used golf clubs, or really old golf clubs, can drill in a set of problematic behaviors in your golf swing that wouldn't happen if you bought a new tailored set to you. And that's where I think a lot of golfers find themselves in. So let's talk about reasons to buy new golf clubs. If you have never been fit before and you are either taller than average or you are a short king, you should probably go get a new set tailored to you. Why? Because you probably don't need a set that is off the rack length. I have my clubs extended by ½ an inch, but some people may need them extended by 1 inch or lowered by 1 inch or ½ an inch. So that's why you go get fitted. Also, the lie of the club also can determine, if I need to make it a little bit flatter, if I need to raise it up a little bit, whatever it is, go get fitted and figure that out. The reason for that is, I know a lot of people will think, well, I don't have a consistent swing, so why should I go get fitted? And that's the wrong way to think about it. So this is just off the rack, right? So my swing was developed around these clubs. I don't know what the height is. I don't know if they're too short. They're shorter than my current, club set. I don't know what the lie is. However, if you bought a random used set, especially if they're old, especially if they're, your grandpa's set, whatever it is, they have been tailored maybe to somebody else. And because of that, so say I am shorter than average or I'm taller than average and my club set is smaller than average, right? So now I'm looking like Tony Finau. I'm bending over way down here because my clubs don't fit me. So my swing is going to develop around swinging like this, when in reality, if I went and got a fitted club set to me, then I would have a swing that is going to help be much better fit for my body, right? So I need clubs fit for my body. I don't need my body to tailor toward my clubs, if that makes sense. So you should at least figure out what clubs could be good for me. And if you have tailored clubs to your body, then your swing will develop around your body, right? Because those clubs are just gonna be a natural extension of you. And a lot of people just kind of buy off the rack. And don't get me wrong, you can play just off the rack and you can get very good with just tailored, with just standard clubs not tailored towards you. However, Bryson DeChambeau can also play with a junior Walmart set and he can shoot in the 60s. We are not that good. We need as much help as we can get. So me starting off playing with blades that are not tailored towards me with old grips, that probably did a lot more damage to my swing than benefit. Whereas when I got fitted for the Mizunos, well then my swing got so much more consistent and I built so much more confidence that I could hit the ball properly. And the ball would started to go where I want it, and my mishits went down because they weren't blades. And then my confidence gained so much more, and then my score started to drop a lot more. Is it because of the clubs, or is it because of my confidence with hitting the ball and making it easier to hit the ball with clubs that are fit for me actually working? You know the answer. This is where, if I was sponsored by Tacoma, by TaylorMade, Callaway, Miura, you know, those fancy Japanese set, I would tell you, hey, these are the best sets of golf clubs that you can buy, go buy them. But the reality is most golf clubs are the same, right? They're all gonna perform the same. It just depends on the type of golf clubs, if they're, you know, player, if they're blades, if they are cavity back, whatever it is. That's why you need to go get fitted and figure out what clubs work for you and your swing. And then you can also change your swing over time and get refitted, or just change the swing over time with clubs that are properly fit for your body. It doesn't matter what brand you have. You can be brand loyal, you cannot be, it doesn't matter. That's pretty good. I'm not going back to these, but that was pretty good. But there's no reason to intentionally handicap yourself just because people on the internet are saying, hey, new golf clubs are not going to improve anything. I mean, it's not, but it can, right? And it's probably gonna do you more damage having an old set of golf clubs that are not fit for, you know, human consumption in the last 30 years. Let me show you something that I used to play with. Look at this golf club. Where's it focusing? This is the Golden Bear 5-iron. Now, I don't think whenever this golf club was invented, they had a sweet spot yet, but this club does not feel good. Honestly, that felt decent. When I was starting off, I would go to Goodwill almost like every week, and I would look for new golf clubs. And if I didn't have a golf club or I wanted to try it, I would go buy it. And my set became so random that it was so out of sync with each other. I had blades, I had these old ass clubs, I had a 3-iron in there, right? I had a 3-iron that looked like it was made in the 1940s. So my swing would be all over the place, and my connection with the clubs would be all over the place. It's a good example of what not to do. But so essentially, if you have never been fitted for golf clubs, you should go get fitted and see what works for you and your body. If you have a back injury, your swing could be so much different and easier if you get clubs properly fitted for you. You don't need new clubs if you are hitting the ball poorly and you have clubs that are already fitted for you, because it's probably not gonna do too much. If you want new shiny things, go get new shiny things. But if you think it's going to make you better when you've already been fitted, I mean, the new things are not gonna be that much better. You can get 2-year-old models and they're going to do just as good as the new models. Oh my God, that was terrible. 3-iron blade is not easy to hit. But the reality is the golf clubs are not going to drastically change your game unless you have never been fitted for, you know, a set of clubs, right? And until you reach the need for new clubs, say I've been fitted for these, until I reach the need to maybe go up to like a player club, right? Well, then I don't need to do it. When do I need that? I don't know. I would go ask a fitter. But I play with a lot of random people. I say that all the time. They have just a random assortment of random old golf clubs, and they're just making it harder for themselves because, one, if your clubs are really old, just get some new technology. That's the reality. If you can afford it, the new clubs compared to like maybe over 10 years ago, yeah, they're gonna be drastically different. But if you have like 2 years ago model, it's not gonna be that different. If you've never been fitted before, at least get fitted and know, do I need to change anything with my clubs to better fit my body? Because then my body is going to develop the swing rather than my body reacting to poorly fit clubs and going from there. Hopefully that made sense. That was in response to somebody that asked the question in one of the videos. So hopefully they're watching. Until next time.